What's smoking, y'all? It's your boy Mel, and welcome back to another episode of Smokin'Kitchen. While you guys are admiring what is possibly the best looking Skillet strawberry shortcake cheesecake, just please do two things for me. Just two. That's all I'm asking besides watching this video all the way through. Hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. I'm trying to pump out more high quality content like this, more unique recipes like this for you all. But I need y'all to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. Just go ahead and do that for me and we can move on. We can keep going. Like I said, this is to be the best Skillet strawberry shortcake cheesecake y'all have seen and will probably make if some of you go ahead and make this. And everything is homemade. It all starts with a pound of strawberries. So I have a pound of strawberries cut right here, and I'm going to add in my sugar. Once we add in our sugar and we stir it, it's going to sit for about an hour. We need the strawberries to start to naturally release those juices. So we're gonna let this sit for an hour. And after an hour is up, we're going to add it into our pot. You're gonna have a pot on low to medium heat. You're just gonna pour in your strawberry preserves, juice syrup, and you're just gonna cook that down for around 10 minutes. After the first 10 minutes has passed, you're gonna take a potato masher or a spoon or a fork, and you're gonna give these a good mashing. So we're just gonna mash them up. You're gonna put them back on the stove for another 15 to 20 minutes until the strawberry syrup is thick. And so then you will then let it cool on the stove for around 20 minutes and then put it in your fridge for around 2 hours until it totally cools off. Once the strawberries have cooled, guess what? We are ready to start on our cheesecake. And the first part of the cheesecake is the crust. This crust is going to be different than others. So I know everyone goes for a graham cracker crust. We're going with a brown butter graham vanilla wafer crust. So you're going to take your graham cracker crumbs, you're going to take your vanilla wafers, and you're going to make sure they're crushed. So I put mine in a food processor. You can use a good old fashioned rolling pin and smack the hell out of it. However you want to do it, you're going to make sure that you get a fine crumb texture for your crust. Next, we're going to add in some butter. So while your butter is browning, you're going to mix your cookie crumbs with sugar and a pinch of salt. Once it's fully mixed, then you're going to add in your brown butter. Then you're going to just take a couple seconds. So you're just going to whisk it until it's very well combined. You should see it sort of like a sand texture. After you add your cookie crumbs to your skillet, you're gonna take something just to, press it down and form it up the sides some, so that way you got coverage along the sides for when you pour in your cheesecake filling. And then we're gonna go ahead and pop that in the oven for around 8 minutes to, set up. And while that's in the oven, we're gonna start on our cheesecake filling. We're gonna add our cream cheese into a mixer. Cream cheese is room temp, very important. I'm using the paddle attachment on my stand mixer. It does not have the plastic swipe to automatically, to swipe the edge of the bowl as it mixes. So I have to stop and I have to use a spatula in order to scrape the sides of the bowl to make sure it's actually being mixed. So after the cream cheese is added to the mixture and it is smooth and creamy, I'm gonna add in my sugar. I'm gonna start it, mix it, stop it, scrape the sides, start it again. And then next I'm gonna get started on my eggs. So I have 2 eggs, they are room temp. I'm gonna add on one at a time. And again, add the egg, start the mixer, stop it, scrape the sides, add the next egg, and then keep going. After the sugar and the eggs have been combined into your cream cheese, then we're gonna add in our buttermilk, vanilla extract, and a pinch of salt. So those are added, and again, gonna start the mixer, stop it, scrape the sides, start it, and then we're gonna finish it off. So as you see, after your cheesecake filling is complete, now we're going to pour it over our crust. Once you've poured it over your crust and it's nice and even, we're going to take 3 or 4 tablespoons of that homemade preserves. We're going to just dollop it over our cream cheese filling, and then we're going to take a knife and you are going to put in your swirls. And then we're going to pop this in the oven at 300 degrees for around 25 to 30 minutes until the edges is set. I unfortunately did not record that part, but once you take it out, you're gonna let it cool for about 20-30 minutes on the stove. You're gonna pop it in your fridge and you're just gonna let it cool for a couple hours or overnight. So now our cheesecake has cooled. It's been in the fridge for a couple of hours. I probably should have let it continue going overnight, but I was too impatient. I wanted to get it to try it. So we are going to get started on our strawberry crunch topping. So we're gonna take our Oreos and freeze dried strawberry. We're gonna add those to our food processor and start to blend them. Once they're complete, I'm going to add them into a bowl. I'm going to take some butter, and pour it over, and I'm going to mix that until well combined. And as you see, this has a texture of, so it's a little bit thicker. It's thicker than the crust that we did for the cheesecake, and that's exactly what we want. Next, I'm going to take a couple spoonfuls of my homemade preserve, and we're going to spread this over the top. Like I said, adding it into the filling was an optional step if you wanted to do it like that. I'm doing it both, so I add it into my cheesecake filling, and then I'm also going to spread it over the top, so that way my strawberry crunch has a good base to stick to. So once I've got it fully, once I've got my cheesecake fully covered in that strawberry preserve, I'm gonna take a couple handfuls of my crunch topping, and I'm just going to evenly spread it over that cheesecake. And look at that. That is not New York cheesecake. That's not your bakery window cheesecake factory cheesecake. That is a homemade, nostalgic style cheesecake. You know, when I say this is going to be a hit, it's just going to give everybody those nostalgic memories of, you know, running to meet the ice cream truck when it came around the neighborhood and getting yourself a strawberry crunch, you know, ice cream bar, or a chocolate eclair. You know, I may branch this off and do a chocolate eclair version, but yeah, this one is a hit. Like I said, if you guys enjoyed this, please like, comment, and subscribe. My name is Mel. This has been Smokin'Kitchen, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.